Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the NOLAnerdcast. I'm, as always, Finn, and today I am joined by Adam Gumbert of the Adam Gumbert Project,
Yes.
which is a thing I just created. But please tell us about the Adam Gumbert Project, Adam
Yeah.
Gumbert.
Adam Gumby project, man, it's crazy. There's all kinds of initiatives. We have sectors that we're
Okay.
some say divulging, but I wasn't say diverging. We're going into a lot of different sectors, especially
You're
the ones that make
divesting.
money. Yeah, divestive, digesting. We're doing all of it. We're having a good time at Gumbert Incorporated.
Let me know what I need to do to reach tier 3 membership.
Yeah. Let me Google Ponzi scheme real quick, and I'll get back to you. Tell you how it works.
Let me go Google how to be a video game grifter.
Yeah. God.
Step 1, become a terrible person.
Pretend to be mad about everything. Yeah, I can do that.
All right. But anyway, Adam Gumbert's here, and he is going to tell us who Adam Gumbert is. Because why not just start by talking about why you're awesome?
That's cool. I appreciate it. First of all, thank you very much for having me on. You do good work, good show, and we connect because we are...
You're such a good liar on camera. I love it.
That's not true. We actually hang out. So the funny thing is we actually hung out before, like years ago, and then every time we see each other, it's like, oh, hey, what's going on? It's like an actual friendly thing.
It makes it fun, right?
I appreciate. Yeah, it's awesome.
But that's what I love about like all these events we get to go to is like once you've met somebody and they're not a total jerk face, then every other event it just becomes like a friendship reunion.
Yeah, that's the main reason I like doing events is to hang out with people that I've seen at events.
I feel like the first time we hung out was at Jacob McCourt's 3DS or Game Boy Advance. It was one of them.
It was like, GBA. Yeah, it was the GBA one.
Yeah. Because that was the one where I got heated that someone tried to take off Astro Boy, and we had to throw down.
Oh, what a good panel! Shout out to Jacob McCourt for introducing himself. But yeah,
it's good stuff. But yeah, it's always fun when stuff like that happens. So yeah, please, what is Adam Gumbert like? What brings you to these events? What lends you the credibility to show up at fun video game events?
It's actually been interesting. Now I would say that I am a podcaster, a host, producer. I do Respawn Aim Fire, which is a weekly video game podcast. I do the Tier List, which is my solo thing where it's a seasonal book club show, but we force everyone to rank it on a tier list because that's always fun. And then I also write for GameSandwich.com, so I write video game reviews and stuff like that. But
I will be on a future tier list.
Yes, you will be. Season 3, we need to talk about it.
That's right.
No, Season 2. Excuse me. But yeah, no, but it is funny. It all started just like I got invited to an event. It was a PAX West. And then from there, it all kind of grew from there. But I've always been creating content and stuff. But just like you get like one fun chance or one opportunity and you can just, I guess, not be a jerk. And then you can turn it into more fun things in the future.
It's crazy how much not being a jerk can just make things work out sometimes. If I could give someone one piece of advice, it's like always shoot your shot, right? There's no harm in asking a developer, a game company, like, hey, do you have an opening? Can I come do an interview? Can I get on the press list? The key, though, is, especially if you're starting out, the answer is going to be no a lot. But just be able to accept that no gracefully because people remember and the industry talks. And if you are someone that acts super entitled or upset about being declined something, you're just going to hurt your future chances.
Yeah, I did not expect this at the start here, but let's go ahead and start here, right?
Yeah.
Just because like the whole, yes, we make things, we get to do events, we get to write reviews, all that stuff is cool. But the thing for me was that, again, content creator, a lot of people make YouTube, a lot of people do that stuff. And like, I want to do a podcast, I want to do the thing because they're interested. And that's awesome. You got to keep that positive energy. And then I never would expected, like, look, I will talk about you in a second. Look where we started at. And then look where we are now, just a couple of years. Because like me, it was Jacob invited me to be on that panel just because he needed someone to go on. So I only went to PAX as just a special guest on a panel or whatever. But then I turned that into, hey, PAX, can I come again as a media or content creator? And then it's basically like every time I ask, I get yes. And then that led into me, pitching panels and then being able to host my own panel. So me being a dude who just bought a ticket in 2017 to like, now you get to host a panel, I never would have assumed. But again, it's just like, for me, it's hard to be entitled because that's just not how I was raised. Like I'm from the South.
Same.
So you just you're very grateful, and I'm just very grateful, nice in general. But I also was raised that way. So like, I go to the thing, I meet you. We're just buddies. We just hang out. I'm not asking you for opportunities, but if something comes up, you're going to be nice just because that's who you are as a person. Like me, when I pitch the panel, I'm like, I just want to put people on the panel that I like. I'm not concerned about opportunities or like trying to show off. I'm like, oh, these are people that I've met and I like. If they give me this chance, sure, let's do that. And that's going to you. I don't know how you started the journey and ended it, but the most recent thing you did was get to be on a Giant Bomb couch, which to me is insane. And that is awesome. But it's like, how did that go from point A to point B? I don't know. You weren't a dick. And then you just like did the work. And then, things like that can happen. You don't expect, if you go in trying to make it happen, I guess that would make you a bad person. If they
Right.
happen to happen because you're cool and you are actually working, I mean, because again, we're just talking about you now. You've written so many articles going to SGF. It's like, oh yeah, you're working. You're not just like, I'm just trying to get
I'm
clout
not just
here.
trying to yeah. But and all the people we hang out with are just, working, putting in time and just vibing. It's fun. And
Now,
speaking of your panel, you did a great one, the game
oh, thank you.
Jeopardy, and the whole setup was fun. You had fun prizes. Um, I think, was it you that had all the Game Boy Advance games?
I did.
Yeah, that moment where you're reading out the games, you don't even remember what it is, and you go like Harry Potter on the nope.
Tossed that one off the stage. Yeah, it was the idea was that I wanted to host a panel, and I like trivia just because it's fun to run trivia. So I'm like, all right, my twist will be Jeopardy. And then when they gave it to me, I was like, cool. I'm like, let me. Honestly, I just had some stuff in my house. I'm like, let me give out prizes because that'll be a fun, memorable thing. On top of me just getting rid of junk. And then I asked friends like, hey, do you got random things? So that Game Boy Advance trove of licensed game came from my buddy Chad just because he happened to have copies. Those were his double copies of those random games. So that was a prize. And then again, I went on Amazon and bought Borderlands on DVD because to me, a shrink wrap copy of Borderlands on DVD is the funniest prize imaginable.
Yes, because it is.
Yeah. So
Now available at any CVS store nationwide.
Buy it alongside your Haribo gummies or whatever. So yeah, I was just like, if they're gonna give me a chance, let me do a thing. Let me make it fun and make it my own. And then it just invited people that I liked onto the panel, and they were like, "Yeah, you're approved." And it was really cool. Again, I never would have thought that they let me do that, but I'm very happy for it. And then, you showed up. A lot of cool people showed up. The room, they told me the number for the room, and they were like, "For your first time panel host," and it was literally like at 9 o'clock on the first night of PAX. They're like, "This is you did very well in this room. Just heads up." So I was like, "Oh, very cool." I was the one time I let myself be proud.
You should be because those types of panels are just fun. Like there's another one that does like Jacob's video game trivia panel or Eric's and Ken's video game Tinder.
The Tinder, oh yeah, Tinder's good. Yeah,
because those they're simple, but they're evergreen. Like they're ones that can be done a lot of times. Like there's always really good panels that are about specific topics, but those are not ones you can just reuse every single PAX, right? But you pull a game show format and suddenly you've got content for any event. And once you're in, it's like you said, like it's a lot easier to be like, hey, I want to bring Jeopardy back, and boom, good times.
So again, yeah, that was the coolest thing that I've done so far. I love that. I'd be happy to do it again if PAX lets me. And we'll see. And again, my next goal is to go to SGF. I think with the media writing, I think actually writing on a site will probably help you get it.
Yes.
That's another thing for people out there looking to get into stuff. The biggest thing for me, because you talked earlier about like, you got to shoot your shot. If you say no, what's the worst that can happen? They say no, but your name is out there. The number one thing that I noticed was writing stuff for a website, because the minute I started writing for a site, the amount of yeses grew exponentially. So I would just say, even if it's just like a personal blog or whatever, if you're interested in it, I don't think it's the worst idea ever. Yeah. Just for me, it worked. I don't know about everybody else, but for me, that was like a big plus.
Well, no, I mean, you're not wrong, because no one says you have to have like a huge website, right? Like maybe eventually you want to work to an actual website, but start a Medium page. Like start an account on Medium, start a blog spot or whatever. Like just start writing. You don't even have to worry about your audience, but just have a body of work to point to that says, I've covered games. I'm talking about the news, or I'm doing my own review, even if I didn't get a code. Like build that backlog. That way. Oh, sorry.
No, I'm with you. I think they like seeing like, oh, there is a page and here's a bunch of work, compared to You could also do the stream and the
Right.
podcast and the video stuff, but I think it's easier to say, click on this website, here's everything I've done, compared to like go through my playlist on my YouTube
Right.
channel. Might be a tougher. I don't know,
It's
but
nice to have both though, because
we gotta do both.
what a lot of people don't understand is there's differences between the creator badges and the media badges. Media are the people that mostly have the websites, do written articles, stuff like that. Creator badges are for your streamers and stuff. And different developers, different companies have different priorities when they see that badge. So I
Yeah,
don't know.
that's
Also,
true.
again, shoot your shot, have fun. Well, we're getting like very helpy. I don't know. I
Oh
want
yeah,
to I want to
what's up?
switch the focus back to Adam.
Okay,
Uh,
yeah.
I want to get your origin story. What got you into games? Like, what brought you along this path to want to work in games? Like, what is your gaming origin?
Oh, talking about specifically content creation or just games in
No,
general?
games. Like, what made you get into
Oh,
games? We can transition to content
yeah.
creation, sure, but I want to talk about like to give you an example. For me, my uncle bought me a Nintendo when I was 3 with Mario, and never turned back, never looked back.
All right, very good. Yeah, so no, for me it was as a kid. Obviously, I was just into whatever kids are into, whatever you put in front of them or whatever, right? So my grandfather had bought me an NES and like Duck Hunt, a bunch of games and stuff, and I had it, and this was '95, so it was old at that point, and I just didn't really care. But I was like, cool, it's a toy thing that my grandpa gave me, neat. But I was that familiarized me with what gaming is. And then I think the year was 1998. Someone can double check me. A little anime came out called Pokemon, and Pokemon took over
Right.
everything.
Yep.
And I had a Game Boy Color, just like another gift from my grandpa, a thing that I had but I didn't use much. There he is. Shout out to Red or whatever they called him in that one.
It was just
So me, the first thing that I actually, like went out of my way to find and like be obsessed with was Pokemon Yellow, because I was like, I like the anime,
nice.
I like the cards, I have the device to play the video game. I guess I'll do it. So I took my birthday or Christmas money, got Pokemon Yellow, and that's where I was like, okay, now I actually like playing games. I had games before, didn't care. Pokemon Yellow was like, no, now I actually
Now you're
enjoy
a gamer,
this thing.
TM, capital G
Yes.
gamer. Okay.
Now you can send it to the patent office because I'm
Okay.
actually here for this
Well,
now.
now I have to ask. I know in yellow you had to pick Pikachu because it followed the anime, but what is your starter type? Are you someone that picks a different starter type depending
Mm.
on the game, or are you a hardcore like I am a blank starter? I'm a grass starter, a water starter, or a fire starter. What is your go to?
I always just pick them based off which one looked coolest to me.
Okay,
Straight
hey,
up. Yeah.
yeah, that's fine.
That's why I do like yellow so much, because they give you,
All
Pikachu
three.
and then the big three starters just naturally in the game. So that's awesome. But anytime after, it's like, yeah, what looks cool? And that's just, I don't care about matchup types or whatever. I'm just like,
You're
this
just there
this
for the
guy looks
vibes.
neat. Yeah, that was it. Especially as a little kid. As an adult, it's still the same. It's no
Yeah.
different.
Now, are you going to get Wind and Waves?
I'm interested in Wind and Waves. I
Do
do
you
not have
already have an idea of which one you want to start with?
Oh, I got to look up these guys. And one of them, I think the
Was
problem
the
is
Fire
that,
Dog?
oh, that's what it was. Yeah, the Pomeranian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a Pomeranian. What are we doing here, guys? That's obviously the best starter. What are we doing? The
See,
other ones are cool.
I agree, but I'm the opposite. I have decided I have ever since Bulbasaur, I have committed to being a grass starter every time.
Mm. Is it
And
the guy with the
sometimes,
eyebrows?
yeah, the little angry bird.
I like him. He's cool.
I'm hoping he becomes something cool. Uh, but I know the Fire Dog is going to be the crowd favorite this time. There's always one that everyone
Mhm.
latches onto. Anyway, so yeah, Pokemon Yellow. That's awesome.
Yep, that was the one. And then from there, it was getting an N64 again after they had stopped making games for it, because I didn't know. Getting an original Xbox, and then I just after that, I basically got every console that I could, because then I was a teenager slash young adult, and I was just buying everything.
Yeah, you
So
had disposable income for the first time.
it was great. It was wonderful. But yeah, Pokemon Yellow started it, and then I went real hard, and then did not stop for until even today.
Oh, that's awesome. What would you say are your favorite genres? Like, if you had to pick the types of games you gravitate towards, what would that be? Or what are the ones you get the most love out of?
I like a good RPG. Specifically, um, not necessarily have to be CD Projekt Red, but a CD Projekt Red type RPG
Okay.
is my good. Like I like
Yeah.
Bethesda games. I like CD Projekt Red. Those kinds of things. I am also the biggest sicko in the world for a strategy game,
Ooh.
specifically turn-based strategy.
Yes.
So
Speaking my language.
yeah, I mean XCOM 2, Fire Emblem, those kind of things. Like whenever people ask me like what is your favorite game of all time, I'm like, I don't think it's the best game of all time, but my favorite game of all time is XCOM 2. Like that is the one I like the anytime you ask me that question, that pops to mind. So
That's
like
awesome.
that strategy,
Are you
hardcore permadeath stuff is
are
I love
you
it.
absolutely stoked for the Star Wars
Oh yeah.
one? Oh
Zero
man.
Company. I'm not playing around about Zero Company.
100%. Like
I'm in
people
there.
people keep talking about Galactic Racer, and I think that does look dope, but Zero Company is like designed for my loves.
Yeah, it's too. I mean, yeah, I like Star Wars in that. It's funny. The first article I ever wrote was an opinion piece about why I think Star Wars Zero Company could like be the strategy game that like hooks like a mass audience, and that was like last summer when I wrote that.
That's awesome, dude.
So that's that. They were my go tos whenever I first started writing. So yeah.
So kicking off again, like from that, what would you say? I have a two-part question for you, and this can go into as much or as little depth as you want. We're halfway through the year.
Yeah.
If magically the year ended next week, what would your current game of the year be? And then follow up of the next 6 months, which game are you most excited about? Let's just pretend it's not Star Wars Zero Company, because
Yeah.
otherwise that's already been answered.
Okay. So I've got a bit of a two part here, right? Because there's a game from the first half year I've not played yet, but I want to, that I think I'll be obsessed with, and that's Esoteric Ebb. So that look. I mean, I like
It's
Disco Elysium, but it's
Yep.
also D&D Disco Elysium. That sounds like a game of the year candidate for your boy. So I'm very excited for that one. But what I've played so far, maybe because it just sticks in my mind and it just won't leave my my frontal lobe, is probably 007 First Light. Just because what an excellent video game. They just
My
nailed that
dude,
everything
I
about that. I love it.
I just finished the Nightfall chapter
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
where all the big stuff just got dropped, like plot wise. My mind is blown. I had to pry myself from the TV to get onto this camera to talk with you. I was like, I can't cancel on them.
No, it is. And again, if I actually sit down and look at it, maybe I can nitpick and find a thing. But it's like if someone asks me the question, "What is it?" and I'm like, "Well, that's just the first thing that comes to mind because that's the thing that I am thinking about the most from the first 6 months of the year." So, 007, maybe Esoteric Ebb if I get a chance to play it.
Okay. Well, Esoteric Ebb is also fun. I picked it up earlier this year, and it leans very heavily and unabashedly into the D&D roots, but it also, if you're a Disco Elysium fiend, it is right up your alley. Like I don't know if we need to call them like, instead of Souls likes, Disco likes, but the fact that you have all of this like conversation, like a ton of text that's all flavored and well written, and it's all the different voices in your head like talking about different stuff. Like I don't know what else to call it that, but Esoteric Ebb definitely follows the Disco Elysium format for that in a good way.
Yeah, no, that sounds good because guess what? I love D&D. I have played, ooh, maybe for 7 years straight. I've always had a D&D or tabletop RPG game going at any point. So yeah, I'm into D&D. I put 150 hours into Baldur's Gate 3 on
Hell
one
yeah.
game playthrough.
And
On
aren't we
one
about to do a
playthrough.
co-op?
Oh, we could do a co-op. I'm ready for more. So yeah, I love D&D. Mix that with Disco Elysium. Like, yeah, that
What's your
sounds.
favorite what's your class?
Oh,
I mean, obviously it probably switches up, but like what would you
yeah.
say like your most recent class is?
Yeah, the problem is that whenever I play campaigns, I like to fill and just do the thing that's not people haven't done. If we're talking about D&D 5th edition, in my longest campaign, I played a wizard, so I had a ton of fun doing that. Um, I played a monk, or no, excuse me, a bard in Baldur's Gate 3 that first playthrough because that is a broken character class. Let me tell you, the bard's ridiculous.
Art is my go-to. That's my jam.
But Paladin would probably be
charisma
my
based.
personal favorite just because
Okay.
those dudes hit so hard, man. It's insane. I love it.
I love any charisma based class because that's just me as a person. I like to role play people that can just talk their way in and out of stuff, or have to get creative with what they do. It's just fun.
It is fun, absolutely. Yeah. So Charisma
Okay,
based are good, but yeah, Wizard was my longest, and then I also really like Bard and Paladin.
heck
So
yeah. So 007 First Light / potentially Esoteric Ebb. Now, what about looking to the future?
this is a tough one because I was recently looking at like the list of September stuff, and oh my god, it's ridiculous. It's insane. Um,
Grand Theft Auto 6, but only if it came with a physical CD.
I don't need it to. Let me tell you, they announced digital only and $100. Like, you know who's going to pay $100 for a code? This guy. I'm so
Me,
excited for that.
I know I am, but I am just kind of annoyed because
Yeah.
look around me, like physical is my thing.
Here's the thing. Wait till January 1st. I guarantee they're going to be like, by the way, guys, here's the disc. We
Oh
didn't
yeah,
want these
they,
getting
they
out
love the
early.
double dip because
Yeah.
they didn't say never. They just said initially
There's
it will
not at
not come with
launch.
the disc.
Because we know mom and pop shop is going to leak this, and we're going to have to send our assassins to take
Yeah,
somebody out. So,
I've never seen a company so aggressively come up with ways to not have anything ever get leaked. Which, you know what, I get it. They've spent $1 billion and a bajillion years making this. It's going to be rough for them too, coming out with like Grand Theft Auto 5 is still in the top selling grossing games every month. Like it's really hard to pull people from existing games and have them commit to a brand new one.
I think that is the one game that will do it, though. I think GTA 6 will buck every trend imaginable because it's GTA 6.
I'm
And
hoping
people will
so.
be, yeah.
Like the industry can just use some good news. I just hope that the good news isn't all right. We just sold the best selling game of all time. Time to downsize.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, you know, negative or positive. I don't think Rockstar ever seems. They don't seem to be that kind of company. They seem to be the company that makes a game that's insanely popular and makes a lot of copies, and then they just support online and make $1 billion a day. And they're like, everyone's
You're not
still here
wrong.
working, so we'll
That's,
see.
so
But if it's
I
not that,
sidetracked us. I
oh no, you're
apologize.
fine.
We didn't even talk about what game it is.
No, I mean I love GTA 6 is probably the one I am most looking forward to. If I'm not going to pick GTA 6 though, oof. I mean, we already talked about Zero Company, so I can't pick that. I'm hoping Blood of the Dawn Walker is good. I'm
Me
just
too.
hoping. Yeah.
I still don't know much about it. I know people that went to the hands-on experience last week and they seemed very positive on it, but you never know, right? Seeing a curated slice of a game is never the same as playing it yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
But I feel like it has cool potential because it just feels like it's doing something a little different.
Yeah,
Also,
I like
got
the
Witcher
idea.
vibes from it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's people who make The Witcher 3. They're doing their own thing. Vampires are cool. It has the most potential. It could just be a 7 out of 10, which isn't the end of the world, people. It's
No,
fine. But I'm hopeful that it's like an 8 or an 8.5 that I adore. That would be great. I'd be very happy for that. So I don't need every game to be a 10 out of 10. I can have a
no.
lot of fun with other stuff. So
I mean, one of my favorite things is I was on a panel one time at PAX and it was like why 7 out of 10s are sometimes better than 10 out of 10s.
yeah,
What are your favorite like 7 out of 10 games? Because sometimes a game can be flawed, but still just hit right.
absolutely. That if yeah, I'm with you. There can be parts of a game that are like, man, there's parts of this that aren't good, but man, I really like this game a lot. So I'm with you. But yeah, I think that one, and then obviously Grand Theft Auto, and then Star Wars, and also just an honorable mention to Fire Emblem, the new one, because they're like, hey, we know you guys like Three Houses. How about
Yep.
a follow up to that? And I'm like,
Strategy RPGs, baby.
there you go.
We're eating pretty good this year for strategy RPGs.
There's too many games in general.
Yes.
Like legitimately, I can't even think of them because there are so many of them.
I just like the worst part for me is that all the games coming in September are ones that I want to play. Like it's
Forgot about Control.
Control
I
Resonant.
just forgot about Control. It's crazy.
Control Resonant, Onimusha. I have luckily Valor Mortis got pushed October because that was one of my favorite games because I love the Ghost Runner series. I don't know if you played Ghost Runner 1
I
and
have
2.
played one. Yeah.
Oh, so fun. So I'm happy about that. But yeah, there's too much stuff, and that's not even counting Nintendo's releases or whatever gets. I don't know. I'm
Ocarina will be big.
hopefully.
Yeah.
I hope it's good. I hope it's good.
You think so?
I want to return to the non Breath of the Wild Zelda.
Yeah. Old
Bring
school.
it back, baby.
I mean,
Bring
that's
it
what they're
back.
bringing back, the one that everyone likes. So that makes plenty of sense to me.
Fingers crossed. What about you? Like, what's going on in the world of Adam? Like, what kind of things bring you joy in this world? It doesn't just have to be specifically gaming. Just what makes you tick?
we're in a down spot for me because all the sports I like are off. I am a sports guy.
Okay.
I do enjoy. I'm a football first guy. American
Okay.
football for what it's worth. So just waiting for college football and then the NFL to come back that's a long wait.
Who are your teams?
They suck. I am a Colts fan because I'm
Hey,
from Indiana. So
well, I'm a New Orleans boy, and I got to tell you, the Peyton Manning era Colts team was one of my favorites. I
yeah,
was a I was a Colts fan for as long as Peyton was on the team because I was just supporting the hometown boy.
yeah. I just here's the thing. When I first became aware of football, it was I think 2002, 2003 when I was like, oh, I'm going to follow this sport, and then so Peyton Manning was like his second year, so it's like, oh, the hometown guy is pretty good. You should watch this dude, and like, oh yeah, I love Peyton, love him to death. And then for college, so I live where the University of Kentucky is, so
Okay.
it's fun to tailgate and do all that stuff. But when I want to watch actual good football, I'll watch the Ohio State Buckeyes.
Hey, that's
Because I
fair.
actually like watching good football. So I'll support UK, but like about week 3 or 4, it's like, okay, guys, I'm good
Hey,
on
do you
this.
remember that time the Saints beat the Colts in the Super Bowl?
I do remember that.
Me too. What a good
Yeah.
time.
Listen, you guys, I'm happy for Drew Brees. It's not a big deal. I can always be happy for. That's
Of
my
course.
problem. I can always be happy for somebody else.
I don't think that's a problem. That's a very good trait to have. It just makes trash talking a little hard with you.
It does because people are like, "Yeah, remember that year?" I'm like, "Yeah, no, it was very good, very good, great,
Yeah,
good
it
team.
was
I
a
like
fun team. It was a fun year. I enjoyed. I was very entertained. I was like, damn it, Adam.
it." I'm sorry,
Give
I
me
enjoy
something.
sports. They're too good. So yeah, sports is a thing that I'm definitely into. Um, and just also the thing you might know, being from this part of the country, a beautiful part of the country, by the way. If you've ever been through Kentucky,
Mhm.
uh, I would avoid probably 80% of the counties, but there are a couple of them that are very, very nice, and it is legit beautiful. Like everybody has super green grass and like trees in their yards, and there are horse farms, and there's all that, but it's also just like a modern city as well. It's like the perfect balance of like the
Which
rural
city are
and the
you?
urban. Lexington.
Oh man. Okay. I was That's the capital, right?
Frankfurt's the
Frankfurt.
capital.
Okay.
Yeah. Lexington is the second or third biggest city. There's Louisville, which is the big one, Lexington, and then I think Bowling Green. But anyways, Lexington is where the University of Kentucky is for people who like
I was in Louisville.
school.
That was the one. I was in
Yeah,
Louisville
Louisville's the bigger one.
last month for work.
Yeah. Louisville's, but again, I'm also a big bourbon guy, so
It's a good
I
state
got lucky
weekend
to be
for it.
here, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
But I will say, like, Louisville was very pretty.
oh yeah, it's gorgeous.
I got to go to I forget the name of it, but wherever they hold the the horse races.
Oh, Churchill Downs.
Yes,
Yeah,
Churchill Downs. That place was
Ooh,
awesome.
that's very nice. Yeah.
The workplace had like an event there, and I was like, oh, I got to bet on a horse race at the Kentucky
At the
Derby
track.
place.
Yeah.
That was
I
dope.
I've got a fun story not related to anything. When I was a
Hit me.
kid, I was in high school actually, and I was in ROTC, or I guess junior ROTC because you're in high school technically. And they'll send ROTC kids out to events to like, I don't know, volunteer. So we went to Churchill Downs and they were like, "Hey, they're like, we need you to go stand by this door. Don't let people up." It's like you're not really a security guard, but just stand there and you're like in a junior ROTC uniform, so they're going to assume not to mess with you. And they had me at the door to one of the VIP suites, and I was in front of the one at the time that Queen Elizabeth was in. So
That's a
I didn't
fun
see
little
her, but
anecdote.
I did see a couple famous people go up and down through that stairway that I was quote unquote guarding. So I had a good time at the Kentucky Derby.
That's pretty
It was
damn cool, man.
it was neat.
That's fun. That's a fun little. I would have never guessed that for you.
Yeah, that was random. Never again, but that did happen that one time. Yeah, it was pretty neat. But Kentucky's beautiful. I like sports, and of course, I mean, I do. Gaming is probably the number one thing. I don't even watch. I'm so bad on like TV and movies, just because I'm so behind on stuff. Because I was just like, I could play a game instead tonight, or go
Yeah,
to
that's the
sleep.
thing, right? It's like unless I'm playing like a strategy thing or an RPG and I'm just grinding, I can't focus on a TV show or anything when I'm trying to play because I want
Yeah,
to focus on the game because I usually play story based stuff and I don't want to miss the actual story because I'm watching another story. So yeah, I get that. And it's like, but there's so many shows that I know I would like that I want to try and watch, and I'm just like, when am I supposed to find the time?
yeah. It's tough. I have to just make a time. Like right now is actually a good time because there's not a ton of games that I need to play at the moment because I've played basically everything that I needed to play, and July I think is the next time something comes out. So this would be a good time to catch up. But it's like before First Light came out, so this was like April. I
Mhm.
watched all the Pierce Brosnan and 007s because I'd never seen them.
Oh,
It's just
nice.
because there happened to be like a 1 week lull. So I just sat in my bed on my phone and watched Netflix 007 movies on my phone for about a week. But again,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
so random. That'll happen every 4 months, and I just won't
Of course.
watch movies for a long time. But I need to.
We we just we start a show, and then we're like trying to find the time for two parents to sit down and watch a show together when you have two kids. It's hard.
It can be tough. Yeah, absolutely.
And you're also a game dad.
I am. Luckily,
So,
my kid's much older. Actually, it's interesting because. So, how old is your oldest one?
5.
5. Okay, so not there. You can maybe play some stuff here and there.
We just started playing her first game ever. Like
Yeah,
her actually playing, not just her watching me play.
yeah,
We're playing Bluey Quest for the Gold Pen,
yeah, yeah.
which she's having her. I bought her a controller, and she's playing the entire no input from me at all, and it's fascinating to watch her like learn to play and like do, for us the simplest of puzzles ever, box pushing, like timing
Yeah.
jumps and stuff. But for her, it's like it's a whole new world, all new experiences.
Yeah,
It's
let me figure this out.
it's awesome.
That is cool. But no, my son is 15. Because, by the way, folks, either have kids when you're ready and financially able, or do it when you're 20. That's the only two ways to do it. So you get to be 35 with almost a grown adult kid. But it's fun though, him being that age, because he will full on play everything if he wants to. Like me and him played, I'm gonna say 50 or 60 hours of Marvel Rivals together, because just like he's like, yeah, I want to play Marvel Rivals. I'm like, perfect. Let's boot up. So like we were able to like do that level of stuff if he wants to. He's
That's
also
awesome
getting
though.
ready teenager.
That was
So
gonna be I was gonna ask, like, does he play with you or does he have his own genres he's into? But I think it's awesome that there's games that you guys can bond over.
yeah, he does both. Like if his friends are online, they're like, we're gonna play Rainbow Six Siege. I'm like, I don't understand why you were interested in Rainbow Six Siege, but that's fine. You guys will do that. But then the other day he was like, because we game share, and he was like, oh, I started playing 007 First Light, and I didn't ask him about it or anything. He just started doing it, and then randomly he'll be like, do you want to play Rivals? Do you want to play Minecraft? He wants to play Minecraft Dungeons 2 because we played 1 when he was in elementary school, and he's like, oh, two's coming out, so I want to play that. So
That's cool.
it's
Yeah.
random, but it's fun.
Anna started her video game journey just kind of watching me play games. So she watched me play like Expedition 33 and like all these other RPGs. And I started by giving her the controller during like Dragon Quest or something and just telling her the directions to move the character. And like if it's a turn-based battle, I'll tell her exactly what buttons to press, and it makes her feel really fun. But if it's an action game, she'll like want to play, and I'm like, I'll try and find moments where she can do stuff, like maybe the parts where it's like press this button to open the door or something. But it's been fun. There's some games that oh
You're back now. You're back.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, where did I drop off?
You were just talking about if it's an action game.
Oh yeah, I'll have her press like the button that goes like press L2 to enter or something, so she can see the interaction between press a button, thing happens, right? But there's just some times where she's watched me play some games that she probably shouldn't have. She had very strong opinions about Assassin's Creed Shadows. She loved the ninja. uh, when she goes like, "Daddy, chop his head off," I was like, "Nope. You can watch me jump around buildings and stuff, but we're not going to get into fights."
No, we won't do that one. I was going to say you could maybe teach her to be an Elden Lord, so that Elden Ring can be your first action game,
Right? Yeah, that baby's first action game.
That's a good one.
It's but like, so what kind of stuff have you been doing right now? You mentioned you just played 007 First Light, but you also mentioned that your next game might be in July. So, like, what's on the docket for you? What do you got going on?
I at PAX East I bought a Steam Deck off
Nice.
of our buddy Jacob, because he got an OLED. So he was like, "Hey, if you want this one, you can have it." So I've actually kind of been messing around with that a little bit, just because like you have your normal check-in games, like maybe a game you'll do your dailies on or whatever. But I own a bunch of Steam games, and I was like, you know what? Let me boot up the Steam Deck. Let me look at my Steam app, because I can tell you exactly what it was. Oh yeah, I started streaming recently. twitch.tv/Adam Gumby, and I started playing Uncharted: The Lost Legacy because it's the only Uncharted
Nice.
game I hadn't played, and I had owned that on PC for a
It's
year.
so good though.
It's very good so far, and I've really enjoyed it. But Jurassic World Evolution 3, House Flipper, Sonic Shadow Cross Generations. When I don't have like an actual thing to sit down, I just start playing absolute nonsense. So
Yeah.
that's what I've been playing on the Steam Deck,
Hey,
just because I can.
you know what? One, I wish I liked less games. Like, I wish I could streamline my interest more. I just feel like I would be so much happier if I wasn't always like, oh no, the next thing I want to play is coming out soon.
Yeah, that's me too. I always want to
It's
not.
rough.
I've definitely gotten to the point where I focus on things that I care about or things that I'm interested in. I don't, it might not be great, but I have a list of like, this is what I actually interest me, I might like, and I can focus down. And I don't know if a thing's not for me, even if it's popular, it's not for me. That's fine. But that list is still like 5 or 6 games a month. So it doesn't,
Same.
it helps.
Like
But it doesn't
right
make it
now,
easy.
I'm in the final chapters of First Light. It feels like I feel like I'm approaching Endgame. I just finished Mina the Hollower.
Yeah.
I'm about a quarter halfway deep into Adventures of Elliot. And before that I had just finished Pragmata and Replaced, which two of my favorite games of the year so far.
Yeah.
And there's so many other games that I haven't even had time to touch yet that I want to, but I don't know how or when I'll even find the chance to do so. Like, I want to play that new Yoshi game on the Switch, because that'd be another fun one to play with Anna, even though it's
Yeah,
not
the kid.
co-op, but you get to name the creatures you come across. And I think it'd just be so much fun to let her name everything. But it's like, that takes time. You gotta have time for that.
You got to put down Elliot or whatever, which is
I
probably what, a
know.
40-hour RPG.
Elliot's so good. Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's the problem. I have too many interests and I love too much. And plus I like to do fun things like have podcasts with my friends and talk about cool stuff.
Yeah, that takes some time too, like
It
making
sure does.
videos or editing
Yeah.
or just getting
Oh yeah.
together.
It helps that I do video editing and stuff a lot in my day job.
Yeah,
So
you just know what to do.
I know what to do, and sometimes I can use downtime at work to remote log into my computer from home and just knock some stuff out there on breaks and stuff. So I have to get creative and efficient, but it's possible. It's fun. I like it.
I like that. Yeah, I didn't even think about doing podcasts and stuff and playing this out also takes some time. But that's what I've always enjoyed doing, so that's never really been an issue. So, but that's also another hobby I just didn't even think about. That's
the one thing I know that I would love to be able to get back into it, but because in order to really grow in any capacity in this, you have to be consistent. I'd love to start streaming again. I used to.
Yeah.
Right now, my channel only goes live during Extra Life when I stream for 24 hours for charity with my friends back home. But I would love to just have like 2, maybe 3 times a week where I stream some games and play but like I just don't know when I would do that.
Yeah, that was me. I just started it because it was a funny story. This channel is my 3rd channel I've gotten to affiliate because I keep starting new channels for like different things. But it was the thing where I would come home off of work because summertime at work is slower.
Mm-hmm.
Like we still get our 40 hours a week. We just don't get a lot of overtime anymore. So I was getting home at like 4:00. I'm like, I don't know, maybe I could do it. So I just started streaming and then I hit affiliate. But now I don't have a schedule. It's just like if I get off of work early and I'm feeling good and I feel like doing it, I'll jump on there. But it is a thing where like I feel like I should be more consistent with it because it's fun. But I'm also like, I have to plan a stream out. I can't just.
But also
really
like
go live.
There's a difference between just doing it for fun every now and then making it like a job. Because if you want to make it your job, like that is a full-time commitment. People always glamorize the streamer life, but like if that's your job, you can never have an off day. You got to be churning out that content, baby.
That is what you are doing. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I don't think it's ever going to be a thing that I do permanently, but I also have the problem where I want it to be a decent quality if I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So like I have so many OBS scenes of like everything that I do that I've spent, like 30, 45 minutes on a piece just because I'm like, well, if I'm going to do it, I want it to be good. Even if I'm only going to do it for an hour once every 2 weeks, I still want it to be decent.
Hey, that's awesome.
It's just one of those.
I need to get better about making my OBS like setup look nicer.
Oh, I set it up once, and then I spend a lot of time setting up, and then I just never I over prepare, and then just never have to do any more work after that. So
Okay.
I
Ah,
spend too much time up front just to make the rest of it. I just press a button, do it, press a button to turn it off, and then the editing takes like 3 minutes. Like, but it's because I put hours into getting
right.
it ready at the beginning. That's just
Exactly. You
weird
you
way to
you
work.
front load the work,
Yeah, like a dummy. That's what I decided to do.
or like someone efficient. Who
Maybe
knows?
that
But
also
yeah,
gets me in trouble though. Be like,
does it?
I'm gonna front load it and then just never do it.
But it'll be ready eventually.
When it's ready,
There
they'll
you
be
go.
good. I promise.
What's your you're planning to be at PAX West, correct?
I did decide to go to PAX West. Yes, it was a last minute thing, but I was like, you know what? I love Seattle as a city, so I was like, yeah, let me get out there and have some fun.
Yeah. That'll be good. We'll have our next reunion, in person reunion there.
Oh,
It's
I'm
gonna be
ready
great.
for it. Act a fool. Let's go.
Hell
What
yeah.
hotel bar are we hanging out in this time?
If it's Seattle, it's gonna be
I forgot the name of it, but there's the one.
it's not the Hilton. It's the one that's on the corner that
Yeah,
everyone goes to, the bar at the corner hotel. I always forget.
yeah. We'll be there though.
PAX West is the one that's always ridiculous to me because they split it across two whole ass buildings,
Yeah,
like 3 blocks away from each other. And if you're, just attending, that's not that big a deal. But if you're running around from appointments and you have one appointment in one building and the other one in the other building, that becomes a trek. And then you better pray it's not raining.
yeah, and when you go to Seattle, PAX, make sure to space them out. Normally, I do like 30 minutes
Yes.
between. Maybe do an hour between if you're doing Seattle. I don't know.
It's
That'd be
fun though.
smart.
I love it. It's
love it,
it's
yeah.
a fun city. You always seem to be walking uphill no matter what you do.
That is
Have
true.
you ever been to the Polish party? Have you ever gone to that? We got to get you
No,
there
I've
this year.
seen that over and over, but I just
All right.
I've never been.
We're getting you in this year. It's so
All right.
much fun. It's put on by CD Projekt Red and all the other Polish devs. And something tells me, like, wouldn't it be cool if CD Projekt Red has a booth there this year? Because of the new Witcher DLC,
Yeah,
which
promoting that.
again, I don't think I ever saw that coming. Like, hey guys, 1 decade later, we got one more DLC for you just to bridge the gap to 4. But
It's crazy. I've only seen it happen one time before. I think Borderlands 2 put out a DLC before 3, but it was like 5 years after they'd stopped making Borderlands 2 DLC or something. It was like, oh, this is on Xbox 360, but Borderlands 3 is on like Xbox
Yeah.
One, PS4. But they put out DLC for 2. It's like, all right, guys.
sure, why not? Yeah,
Sure.
but it's fascinating. Like, you mentioned that you like CD Projekt Red games, and The Witcher 3. I went so hard into. I got the platinum. I 100%ed it. The DLC is some of the best DLC in the business. Blood and Wine is one of the best expansions I've played for anything. Right up there with Phantom Liberty for Cyberpunk.
Yeah. Both those expansions could just be like RPG of the year on their own.
Right? It's
Like,
crazy.
they're phenomenal. It's insane. Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what they bring to the table with this final one.
I am too. Yeah, it really just gonna get me more hype for 4. It really is the thing.
I
But
think
now we
that- I
have
think
the
that's what they want.
expectations. Yeah, well, it'll work. Don't you guys worry. Yeah, 4 is gonna be good. But yeah, even here's the thing: when Cyberpunk launched, I didn't have any issues. I was one of those people who didn't really have any issues. Obviously, I do think the game is much better now. So, but I've always been on good graces with CD Projekt Red. Like, you guys have never given me anything bad. You just gave me something that was good, and then gave me something that was great by the end of it, and then you gave me The Witcher 3 before that. I'm here for whatever they do. I don't care. It'll be a good time.
I love it. That's awesome. What would you? I got one more random question for you, just because it's fun. It's just fun to get to know you a little bit about that. What would, if you could recommend someone one game to really get to know you? What would it be?
Ooh, that's a tough one. Why would you want to get to know me? No, I'm just kidding. A game to get to know my tastes, right? Kind of an idea, right? Like, what's the thing that? You know what? Here's the thing. Just because I haven't mentioned it yet, but one of my favorite games, also on top of XCOM 2 and yada yada yada, is Red Dead Redemption 2.
Okay.
I adore that game. I would say that is the reason I would suggest that one is that there's a lot of interesting stories, a lot of interesting characters in gaming in general. Red Dead Redemption 2 is the only game where I got an emotional attachment to the main character. I was like, man, I really care about what happens to Arthur Morgan. That was the one for me. So,
Okay.
and I enjoy that game. I think the slower pace like is the point of the game and like pays off. I think it's
Mhm.
like intentional. It's not just like we made it too slow and realistic. Like no, there's a reason. Like you're supposed to like live in the world and like you understand when you take time to spend with those characters and those scenarios and those areas, you can then you feel like bad for Arthur when things start to get taken away from him, right? Like that's the
Yeah.
point is like, oh, look at this beautiful world and these people and this life they get to live, and now it's being taken away from them. That's why I like cowboys and I like pirates so much, because so many of those stories are like, here are people who are actually living freedom. Like, yes, they're criminals and they're,
Right. Right.
maybe they're not perfect people, but like this is the last idea of what freedom is to these people. And it's always about like
How they lose that, or you
government,
have it
a
taken.
government
Yeah.
entity is coming to take away these people's, and it's like their last ditch of freedom. And I love those
Whoa, you're
stories.
starting to sound a little too political with your video games here.
You know me,
I only
love
play
political games.
I only play non-political games like Call of Duty.
Yeah, yeah. They never talk about wars in that one, but just like unrelated though. But like Pirates of the Caribbean, like a lot of
Yeah.
that story is about the East India Trading Company taking away the freedom that Jack Sparrow has, and it's like,
Of course,
that's
yeah.
good. And Arthur Morgan, same thing. It's like literally the Pinkertons are coming to get rid of the Wild West, and it's like, oof, that's tough because this man has
Capitalism,
earned
baby.
he's earned his piece. But
Early stage capitalism coming to ruin it for everyone.
yeah, 1911 capitalism, get it out of here. But yeah, that's a good one. I think if you get what Red Dead Redemption 2 is about and enjoy it, we'll have a good time. Also, it's just fun to shoot 6 shooters, so that's fun.
Yeah, with realistic horse balls.
I mean, yeah.
I remember
cool.
when that was like a whole ass article like Red Dead Redemption 2 has the most realistic horse testicle technology ever. I'm like, of course they do, because Rockstar takes forever to release games because they dedicate time to things no one would even consider taking time to focus on.
That was like 4 people's job to like make
Right?
sure that
Like,
they
I was
extract
like-
everything correctly.
Like when the weather turns chilly and there's snow on the ground, did they constrict enough?
They gotta
Is it
constrict.
realistic?
Got to keep them close to the body for warmth.
That's right.
You know?
Good times. That's awesome. You have an eclectic range of tastes, and I appreciate that about you.
Oh, thank you. I'm a weird guy.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all?
Yeah. All the fun
So
people are.
let's end by saying something really mean and hurtful about Jacob McCourt.
Oh, that'll be tough.
He's Canadian.
Yeah, he's too nice though. That's the problem.
Right?
That not just him as a person, but then also like the Canadian part of him as well. You can't boo Canadians. He said that on the panel. You can't boo
Hey,
Canadians.
you can't
right
boo
now.
Canadians. That's like they're the good guys right now.
Yeah, exactly. I'm with that.
Good times. But yeah, like we can wrap it up. Adam, why don't you tell people where they can find you and follow your awesomeness and all of that fun stuff on the internets?
Well, I want to say thank you again for having me on. This was fun. Sorry that the barbecue place acted up, but we still had a good time anyway. That's an inside joke for me and you. But yes, you can find me everywhere online. Just look for Adam Gumby. That's Twitch, that's YouTube, that's Blue Sky, all that Adam Gumby. And then the podcast, or the tier list of video game podcast.
Hell yeah.
And then gamesandwich.com is where I write my reviews and have a good time doing that. So yeah, you can find me at those places and you'll see me uploading, going to conventions and doing all that gamey stuff and having a good time. So yeah.
Fantastical. I'm gonna like put your name up on the screen using the internet magic.
Oh,
that way everyone can do that. But do you keep like accidentally hitting the guitar? I keep wondering what that sound is.
I think it's my chair right before I mute my microphone, because when I don't talk, I mute it. So like I'm moving slowly and then click.
It just sounds like a strum.
Yeah. Or maybe I'm accidentally hitting my mic stand, because it does have like little coils on it, so that sometimes makes a little
Maybe that's
noise.
it. I don't know. I was like, it'd be cool if just off screen you were actually a dope musician.
I wish I had. We're ending. Funny thing, I played alto and baritone saxophone for about 7 years.
Hell yeah.
Couldn't play it now, but I did back then.
I have the musical talent equivalent of a child, and not a child prodigy, but like a newborn babe who was just handed a recorder. Like, I think the last time I tried an instrument was 3rd grade with the recorder, and that about wraps up my talent in music.
I got to middle school at least. I got through middle school doing the instruments. Yeah, so
Yeah,
we did that.
I'm not a great singer. I have terrible taste in music. It's just my thing. That's what. Hey, at least I understand that. When people are like, "What do you listen to?" I'm like, I'm not going to tell you. It's embarrassing. I
It's
like what I
garbage.
like. I like what I like, but I know it's not good music.
Oh
At
yeah,
least to the broader spectrum of like music people. You
yeah.
know, like I think if someone looked at my Spotify algorithm, like Spin or Pitchfork magazine would combust into flames. They'd be like,
I mean, I used to work out to wrestling theme songs. Like I can attest to not
yeah,
having
but
great.
that music will pump you up.
Well, that was the whole point of it.
Exactly.
It's all made on synthesizers and has weird back beats. But
All that matters is right now
appreciate it.
it's all about Joe Hendry.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Classic. Love that man.
Love that
Oh,
man.
is he there? Is he behind you? You
Right.
just said his name.
But yeah, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you taking the time. It's always a pleasure to chat with you, and it's nice to actually sit down and have this like dedicated time just to learn more about you and why
Yes.
you're a
Thank you.
cool person.
Oh, you're being very kind, and I very much appreciate you. And you're amazing, and I like your suits a lot.
Aw, thank you. Well, wait till you see the new pants I'm bringing to PAX West, baby.
Ooh-wee. Let's go.
All right, dude. Have a great evening, and thank you, everybody. See you next time. Finn out. See you on the flippy floppy. Uh, I gotta find a better way to end this because this is now like the third time I've used the phrase "see you on the flippy floppy," and every time I'm like, "Why are you doing this?"
It's got to be your thing now.
Damn it! See you on the flippy floppy. I should just end it with Saki Bless and have Saki like on my fucking shoulder or something. Like
Yeah, but
I'm
now
not,
you've done the flippy floppy thing
I
multiple
know.
times.
Damn it. Maybe I could put Saki in a flip flop, right? And it's just see you on the flippy floppy.
I do
Make it
like
meta. I'm just making this worse. All right, we're gonna end it. Bye.